Today's learning objective is I can write a narrative. Today we will write an introduction describing Tadeo Jones's adventure. Yesterday we completed our plan for writing our adventure story about Tadeo Jones. Today we will focus on writing our introduction. What do we need to focus on today? How can we write an interesting and descriptive introduction? What features or parts do we need to include? We need to look at the adventure story and its features, what will make an adventure story effective. But we're going to focus on the ones that are highlighted with green and yellow boxes. So the green boxes are to suggest features that we need to use today. We've got to include them. The yellow boxes we should try and add. So the green ones, we've got the story has an interesting title, the setting and atmosphere described using descriptive language, the character or characters are introduced to the reader, the story has a clear beginning, the feelings of characters are described throughout, paragraphs are used for each new event or idea. And some of the things that we should be trying to add to improve our descriptions and our sentences include interesting language is used throughout to point a clear picture for the reader. Different types of sentences are used to interest the reader, and speech is used and punctuated correctly. Watch the video to 2 minutes and 25 seconds. What do we know about Tadeo? Where is he? What is he trying to do? In the next few slides, we'll just be jotting down some of those ideas to help us with our writing. What do you know about Tadeo? Can you describe him? What does he look like? What is he wearing? How does he act? Put some ideas on a piece of paper and discuss it with someone near you. Where is it set? What can you see, hear, and touch? Try to show us in our minds what are some of the things that we would see, hear, and touch. Don't just tell us what we can see, hear, and touch. What is Tadeo trying to do at the beginning? What is his purpose? What's he trying to do while he's in the underground tunnel? Remember to stop the video at 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Read the text carefully. Can you find all of the green features on the right hand side? So does it have a title, an interesting title? Does it describe the setting and atmosphere using descriptive language? Does it introduce the character or characters? Does the story have a clear beginning? Are the feelings shared about the character and described throughout? Did you use a paragraph for each new event? So let's have a look at the text over on the left hand side where we've got our introduction. Tadeo nervously entered the dark tunnel while his eyes slowly adapted to the light. All of a sudden he felt alone as he stood next to another underground passage. He looked around the tomb with his heart racing and his eyes jumping out of their sockets. Tadeo desperately wanted to find the tomb that his grandfather had discovered, but he didn't know where to go. He looked around helplessly, listening to every minute sound. Suddenly, standing in front of him, Tadeo saw the statue that he found in the ancient book. He cautiously walked towards it, but didn't know whether he was in danger or not. Did the example use all the features highlighted below? So in the green boxes got features we need to use today, and the yellow boxes are features that we should try and add as we're working through our introduction today as well. So we've got, as we've said in previous slides, the story has to have an interesting title. the setting and atmosphere described using descriptive language. The character is introduced to the reader and described. The story has a clear beginning. The feelings of the character described throughout, and paragraphs are used for each new event or idea. And try and add interesting language to paint or create a picture in the reader's head. Use different types of sentences to interest the reader, and use a little bit of speech and punctuate it correctly. Read through the sample text. What features do you like in it? What would you change if you could improve that? In the next slides, we're going to be looking at some of the features within it, within the sentences. Can you find any prepositions? Can you find some conjunctions? Can you find adverbs? In this slide, I've highlighted the adverbs, conjunctions, and prepositions. Did you find some prepositions like next to, in front? Did you find any conjunctions like as, and, but? And have you found any adverbs like nervously, desperately, helplessly, and cautiously? There may be some more in there that I haven't highlighted. Can you spot them? Now write a high-quality introduction. Make sure you include adverbs, conjunctions, and prepositions. If you need to, refer to the slide prior to this and magpie or borrow or copy some of those ideas before you write. Your introduction must, number 1, describe the setting underground. 2, describe Tadeo Jones. What are his actions, his feelings? What's he wearing? What's he thinking? Number 3, explain why he's underground. What's his purpose? What's his reason for being underneath that ground? What is he trying to do, achieve in this story? Remember to show all of those features in your writing. When you finish, please reread it and make sure it makes sense to you and other people. Share your writing with someone next to you or photograph it and send it to school on Edmodo.